128 years minimum to be served consecutively for the essay and battery of foster children. This is one of the few times that I feel like foster children actually got justice. Starting at the beginning, Stephen and Kristen Marlar had 3 biological children and started fostering in 2008. The couple fostered over 75 children and ended up adopting 8 of them. In 2013, the couple received an award by the Federal Administration for Children and Families with an Adoption Excellence Award. Only 2 other adoptive families in the nation received that award that year. The very first allegations came out in 2016 when the couple's oldest daughter, that was adopted, told her mom that Stephen would come into her room at night, lay beside her, and touch her bare genitals. She said it started when she was 10 years old and happened every night for 6 months. She also claimed that Stephen had hit her in the head with a broomstick. This was investigated by Lisa Lauderdale, and like so many other times, Lisa said the claims could not be substantiated. Then in 2021, the second oldest adopted daughter was sent to a program called Cowboy Challenge Academy, a program for at-risk teens. The staffs noted that when this child showed up, she had a skeletal appearance and her failure to start menstruating even though she was 17. This child heard her peers talking about sexual things, where she then disclosed what had been happening to her by her adoptive father. Those teens strongly encouraged her to report it. This girl did report the abuse. She told investigators she would often wake up to Stephen barely clothed, grinding on her. She was forced to touch his genitals, and there was an instance where Stephen penetrated her with his penis. This girl told her adoptive mother, Kristen, about the abuse, resulting in Stephen punching her in the face. She said Stephen would often come into the bedroom when Kristen was out of town. In 2022, Kristen pleaded no contest to one singular charge of misdemeanor child abuse for forcing her adopted daughter to stand against a wall for 12 to 14 hours a day. In my opinion, Kristen should have been charged with a whole lot more. If you're complacent in child abuse, you can't tell me she didn't know that the abuse was going on, especially the abuse. There was cameras everywhere in that home. I think they said 8 to 13 cameras or something. You're telling me she didn't get on those cameras and look? She knew what was going on, in my opinion. 10 children testified against Stephen. Some of the abuse they detailed was, in 2020, the children were shoveling snow off the roof. Stephen kicked one of his adopted sons, causing him to fall off the roof, causing a large gash in his leg. The couple never sought medical treatment for him. The girls would sleep on one mattress and the boys would sleep on another in the homeschooling room. Food was withheld and locks were put on the refrigerator. The children were forced to run miles in the snow in their pajamas, and beatings were common. And luckily, investigators were also able to recover 9,000 deleted files from the couple's home surveillance cameras that had been captured so many different accounts of the abuse. A video showed Stephen crawling on a mattress where all the girls slept and sitting on one of his adopted child's face. Another video shows the kids showering, and it shows Stephen holding a rubber strap in his hand and a half-naked boy walking out of view of the camera. When they both stepped back into view of the camera, the boy had bruises on his butt and thighs. Stephen was convicted on 8 felony counts for essaying 2 of his adopted daughters. He was also convicted of 5 misdemeanor counts of battery and 1 count of child endangerment involving 6 children. The jury also found Stephen not guilty on 3 counts of essay involving 2 other girls in the family. Disgustingly, Stephen's attorney said the couple was in over their head and described it as just power struggles. And in true abuser fashion, Stephen stated, "I did not essay any children," although acknowledging there had been some abuse. He then said he prayed for healing for everyone and said, "I do believe we had many, many good times. I hope with him being held accountable that the children can finally heal." If you are struggling with your foster or adopted children, please reach out for help. If you see something, say something and be a voice for the discarded voices.